Hello, friends. This is attorney Arcelio Hernandez in San Jose, Costa Rica. Today, I want to talk to you about the consequences of child support or alimony. In Costa Rica, we have a peculiar law that says that once you are sued for child support or for alimony, you will have a restriction from leaving the country. This is a travel restriction that will be placed on the computer systems so that if you have the situation, you will be stopped at the airport. They won't let you travel or at the immigration uh, border patrol checkpoint. They won't let you exit Costa Rica. Now, this may come as a surprise to many of you. Maybe you discovered the beauty of our women here in Costa Rica and you started a relationship. Maybe you have children here, but you live abroad and you want to travel here. And maybe you've been discussing separation or you have different problems. Some people may find themselves with the situation of a lawsuit for child support or alimony. Now, it used to be that this restriction would be placed automatically when let's speak in this case. I'm talking to men mainly in this case. When the woman goes and requests the child support or the alimony, automatically the court employee would punch in the computer system your name, passport, and you would have a restriction. But now with the change in the law, which happened at the end of 2024, uh, first there will be a hearing. They will call you to a hearing to try to come to an agreement. Only if there's no agreement will the court then set an amount. They will set an amount. It used to be called the provisional amount. Now it's called an anticipated sentence. But for the purposes of this video, what I want to focus on is when is the travel restriction placed on you? So it will be put on your ID number. It will be put on your name as a travel restriction in the computer system of immigration when there's an amount set. So many people wonder, for example, okay, I'm here. I came to the country. I was negotiating a divorce with my wife. I live in the States, for example, and I came to Costa Rica to sign this divorce. But now she's talking about alimony. She's talking about other things. And I'm afraid that I won't be able to leave, that I'll be stopped at the airport. Well, now this has changed because they won't put the restriction until there's a set amount. And that amount will be set after this initial hearing, after this hearing, which has the purpose of trying to get the parties to settle on an amount. It's called, in Spanish, it's called conciliación, a conciliatory hearing. So this at least gives you the chance to to be able to go back to your country if you don't come to an agreement. I think a lot of you will benefit from knowing this because yes, people get very nervous. I had a client who was very nervous. I mean, things didn't go as planned, and so I talked to the court, and they said that the restriction won't be placed until there's a hearing and until an amount has been set, either by agreement or by a court order. There's the possibility that the woman will ask the court not to put this restriction on the person. So it's sort of optional. I mean, so it could be that the beneficiary of the support will request the court not to put a restriction on travel, and that's possible. But if that beneficiary does not request the court to do that, then automatically there will be a restriction. Now, how can you exit the country if you have this restriction? Let's say that the person doesn't want to give you permission to leave. There are several ways to do it. The first, of course, is the beneficiary can allow you to leave either on a one-time basis or on a permanent basis. Or I mean, they can always change that, but they could lift that restriction indefinitely, and they can put it back later. But they could lift it indefinitely, or they could lift it for a specific trip. So that's the first and easiest way. If you have good communication with the person that you're providing support, whether it be the mother of your kids or your ex-wife, they can ask the court to remove this restriction, and that's the easiest way. But if there's no good communication or the person doesn't want to do it, then there are several ways that you can go about getting a permission to leave the country. The first and most used method is you have to deposit 12 months of support as a guarantee. It's not that you're paying this amount and you lose that amount. No, it's only as a guarantee. It's a guaranteed deposit of 12 months plus aguinaldo. Aguinaldo is like a gift that's given in the month of December. So there's actually a requirement of 13 months. If children are involved and they get what we call a salario escolar, which is school expenses bonus in January, that also has to be deposited. So you could be looking at about at up to 14 months that you have to deposit as a guarantee that you'll come back to Costa Rica. But if you do that, then you will get the permission. I mean, they don't even have to ask the beneficiary. You'll just get it. You go to the bank, you make the deposit, you make sure to say that this is a guaranteed deposit to leave the country, because there are several categories. When you make a deposit, the bank, they have to enter what you're doing. And if you put it as an ordinary deposit, I mean, they won't, it has to be a guaranteed deposit. I mean, I've seen cases where they even say, oh, it was a gift. You were just giving a gift to the beneficiary because you didn't put the reason why you were depositing this money. So it's very important. You have to specify. If you're doing it online, there's also a line there you can choose. If you do it with Banco de Costa Rica, the Bank of Costa Rica, you can do it online if you have access, if you are a bank account holder with Banco de Costa Rica. And make sure you specify. And then you provide this deposit slip or proof of deposit to the court with a letter explaining that you need to leave, when your trip is and what dates and all that, okay? So once you do that, the court will act usually very quickly and remove this restriction, this travel restriction, and you'll be able to leave. Another method is you can buy insurance. There's like a bond, like a guaranteed bond that certain insurance companies will sell. But in that case, you do incur an expense because you have to buy this bond, sorry. And it's usually about 10% of the deposit that you would have had to deposit. But you have to check with the insurance company. INS, the National Insurance Institute, does it. There are other companies, I think, that will do it, private insurance companies. Oceanica is one, for example. But you can check. You can check what terms they offer, what your better option is, that you can obtain this guarantee to leave, to be able to leave the country. Those are the two valid and legal methods that people can use when they have a travel restriction. A few people also venture into crossing a border legally, whether through Nicaragua or Panama, but that's risky and not recommended. I mean, you should follow the legal alternatives that you have before exploring these other alternatives. So those are the methods. I wanted to discuss them with you briefly. If you have a situation that you need help with, as far as a family matter, family dispute, child support, alimony, any of these issues, I've been practicing law for almost 25 years in Costa Rica, working with many expats, many people from the international community. I do these videos in English, just so you have the information that's and it's more accessible to you. I grew up in the United States. I am also an official translator and interpreter for English and Spanish. So I like to share my knowledge with you. If you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free. And I publish videos such as this one with information that I consider of interest to the international community in Costa Rica. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.